Alright, what is up guys, and welcome to the first edition of What Is Next. So, I'll be taking a look at the NXT Takeover Brooklyn card, giving my thoughts on the matches and my predictions on who's going to win. So, let's get into it. So, I did want to mention that half of the card seems like it was kind of thrown together at the last minute. Like, they got their big matches together and then just kind of thought, oh crap, we've only got like 3 or 4 matches and we need to make up a card. So yeah, you'll kind of get that when I get into what the matches are. So we'll start off with the Fatal 4-Way with the NXT Divas. It's Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke versus Emma. So not sure what the point of this match was, really. Didn't even know it was happening, so I'm guessing that Charlotte's going to go over just to get another win under her belt before she beats Nikki for the title. So it's either that or I feel maybe they'll put over Dana Brooke just to give her a little bit more momentum, because I mean, she hasn't really done anything since she's come into NXT, and to be completely honest, I think people are kind of getting a bit sick of her, so might need a win, might help the situation. We'll see. Moving on to the next match, which also seems very, very thrown together. It's Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy teaming with the Hype Bros, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, versus Jason Jordan, Chad Gable, Dash Wilder, and Scott Dawson. So, just purely because it was a thrown together match at the last minute, I'm expecting the babyfaces to go over, as well as the fact that Zack Ryder, Enzo, and Cass are on the same team. Obviously Mojo Rawley's on the team too, but I mean, no one really gives a crap about Mojo Rawley. I guess he does have his fans, but so yeah, I'm expecting Enzo and Cass to get the win for their team, just because they're so over, as most people would know. Because to be completely honest, I think it's the best, one of, if not the best gimmick in NXT at the moment, just based on just Enzo's little shtick that he does when he comes out to the ring. I mean, like, he's horrible. He's horrible in the ring. I'll admit that, but as far as characters go, I think those two have kind of probably the most on the ball on NXT. So yeah, expecting Enzo and Cass and the Hype Bros to go over in that one. Next we have Eva Marie versus Carmella. So yeah, I don't even know what to say about this, guys. It's going to be a bad match. Not going to be fun to watch at all. What will be fun though will be seeing the ridiculous boos that Eva Marie will get, because not only is it Eva Marie's first match back in a while, she's going to have to do it in front of a Brooklyn crowd. So I don't even think that you'll be able to hear anything other than boos for the whole match. I'm surprised that they didn't put someone a little bit better in there with her, just purely to, you know, carry the match a bit. Because, I mean, as much as, you know, there's been talks of her training with Brian Kendrick, I don't think she would have improved to a point where she can carry the match for them. And I don't think Carmella's the type of person that can kind of bring what Eva Marie doesn't bring in order to have a legible match. So either way, Eva Marie's going to go over. I think we all kind of know that. But they really should have just had, instead of the Fatal 4-Way, they should have had Dana Brooke versus Charlotte, and then Emma versus Eva Marie, because Eva Marie and Emma would have been a much better match. Emma could have carried it a little bit. But either way, it's going to be a horrible match. Eva Marie's going to win. So we'll move on to the next match. So that's Apollo Crews versus Ty Dillinger. So this is Apollo Crews' first match in NXT. Which is Uhaa Nation, to anyone who didn't know that. I haven't actually seen any of his indie work, so this should be interesting because the few little promotional vignettes that they've played on NXT, he looks quite agile for a big guy and looks like he'll be quite a promising talent. So I'm looking forward to this match, and obviously because it's against Ty Dillinger, he just seems to be the first match jobber for everyone debuting. They want to have a strong showing in their first match. They face Ty Dillinger. So yep, Apollo Crews is going to win that one. Moving on to Bull Dempsey and Elias Sampson. So I'm guessing that this is a way of Bull Dempsey getting a little bit of momentum back just after he's been booked in the last month as an absolute joke with the Bull Fit segments and him having his match with Tyler Breeze about 3 weeks ago, where Tyler Breeze just ran around the ring about 3 times and then Bull Dempsey just got puffed out and couldn't finish the match. I mean, that was good. It led to a cardio chant by the NXT crowd, so that was quite funny. But yeah, I'm hoping. I'm not hoping. I don't really like Bull Dempsey, so I mean, I'm guessing he's gonna win, just purely because, like, I mean, another thing, I can't even really remember who Elias Sampson is, so that's how prominently he is booked on NXT. Can't even put a face to it. Moving on to Samoa Joe and Baron Corbin. So I'm hoping that this one is just an easy win for Samoa Joe, like a minute or two. Like what Baron Corbin does to most people on weekly NXT, I'm hoping Joe does to Corbin. And I'm hoping he chokes him out with the Coquina Clutch, because submission win over Baron Corbin would be fantastic for Joe, and he needs some wins. He needs to be pushed a little bit further to the top in NXT, because, I mean, let's be completely honest, no one really even thought that Samoa Joe would ever be in WWE. I mean, he was doing well in TNA, and when TNA started dipping, he went to Ring of Honor, and he had it made on the Ring of Honor scene, and just indies in general. Like, I mean, he didn't have to just work Ring of Honor, he could work PWG, he could go, he could go everywhere. So, I mean, they'd be silly if they didn't push Samoa Joe to the moon. They really would. So, yeah, Samoa Joe hopefully going over in that one. Next is Jushin Thunder Liger versus Tyler Breeze. So, I was very, very pleasantly surprised the fact that they brought in Jushin Thunder Liger for Tyler Breeze, because Tyler Breeze is very underrated. He deserves an opponent of this caliber, and I mean, if anyone's seen Jushin Thunder Liger in action, he's a fantastic cruiserweight, and he kind of was one of the biggest cruiserweights around, like in early WCW era, so he's been around for a while. And yeah, I think that this is a great opportunity for them to put over Tyler Breeze in a big way and get him a really, really credible win, because he deserves it. I mean, he's been in NXT for like 3-4 years, and yeah, I'm absolutely appalled that he's not even on the main roster yet, hasn't even been given a shot. So hopefully goes over in a big way here, gets some momentum. Hopefully we see Tyler Breeze on the main roster in about 6 months. So next up we move on to the title matches. So our first title match is the NXT Women's title match, Bayley versus Sasha Banks. I'm expecting Bayley to go over here just because they've pushed her towards the title a few times. Most recent of which she got hurt and couldn't compete, obviously. And now that she's back in action, I'm guessing that they're just going to put the belt on her and I mean, Sasha Banks is already on the main roster, so she should be fine without the title. But I'm kind of hoping that as a result of her dropping the women's title on NXT, that she gets into the main rivalry for the Divas title, because she definitely deserves it. She's a fantastic wrestler. I think she's very underrated, and that's just from the people that don't like her, obviously. But yeah, so hoping that in a couple of months we'll see Charlotte and Sasha Banks for the Divas title, and Nikki and Brie Bella can get out. That'll be good. So yep. So Bayley's my pick for that one. It's going to win the title. Next we have the tag title match: the Vaudevillains versus Blake and Murphy and Alexa Bliss. Let's be honest. So the Vaudevillains, kind of the same thing as Bayley. Like, they've been put towards the title a few times and just never got that far. And I'm pretty sure that a little while ago the Vaudevillains were challenging for the titles, and I don't know whether it was Aiden English or Simon Gotch that got hurt, or they just needed time off for some reason. But either way, they were gone for a little while, and now that they've come back, they've been pushed towards the top of the card again. So I'm hoping for their sake that they finally get the belts, finally, because they're fantastic. Their gimmick is hilarious, and everything that they've done with Alexa Bliss, everything that they have done with Alexa Bliss lately, with getting slapped in the face and then just keeping their cool and being perfect gentlemen and upholding chivalry, was probably one of the funniest things I've seen on NXT for a while. So yeah, let's hope the Vaudevillains get that one. And then we move on to the main event of the evening: Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor in a ladder match for the NXT title. So did want to point out before I give my prediction for this match, the promo that Kevin Owens cut last week on NXT, basically on the crowd, who were booing every time it was mentioned that NXT Brooklyn was happening. Every time Brooklyn was mentioned, they would boo, which I can understand that because NXT has gone pretty much just in Full Sail University since it started, that they kind of feel that it's their product. But I mean, the support of NXT is literally so that they can grow as a brand, they can expand, they can run bigger shows, they can go other places. And that is the entire point of them growing as a brand. But I mean, so I'm completely with Kevin Owens on what he said, is that they're absolute hypocrites, that they want the brand to grow, and then when they do grow and they sell out an arena, like probably quicker than the actual SummerSlam tickets sold out an arena, then they boo. I mean, yeah, just get over yourself, guys. NXT is getting bigger, and it's not going to stay at Full Sail forever. So anyway, getting to the match. So this should be a really good match, because I mean, I've never seen anything as far as Finn Balor in ladder matches, but Kevin Owens, some of his stuff with Ring of Honor in ladder matches was pretty fantastic. So he's a very, very agile big guy. So I think that put these two in a ladder match, you're going to get a fantastic match. So regardless of who wins, I feel it's going to easily steal the show. It's easily the best match on the card. That's why it's the main event. But so I'm expecting Finn Balor to win this one, just because he only won the title. I mean, however long ago Beast in the East was, I think it was like a month ago. So I don't think that they're gonna make him drop the title just yet. But hopefully Owens beats Cesaro at SummerSlam to get some of his momentum back and doesn't look like a complete jobber all the time. So I'm not a fan of how he's getting booked, and he needs needs to be portrayed a little bit stronger. But yeah, so that wraps up my thoughts on NXT Takeover Brooklyn. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, rate, all that fantastic stuff. Also, I wanted to mention, because I haven't actually mentioned it in our videos, the intro and outro track that was done by our friend Corey Burton. There'll be a link to his channel in the description. Okay, so go and check him out. Subscribe to us, subscribe to him, all that stuff, and we'll see you later.